Hi everyone and welcome to this video. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you're all doing really well. So I want to share with you one of my biggest recommendations for improving your drawings, especially when drawing equestrian portraiture. I think drawing horses is one of the most therapeutic things. I absolutely love the power and the beauty of horses, and it's been something I've been fascinated with since I was a little girl. And often in my comments, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram, I often see people say, I would love to know how to draw this, but horses are really difficult. So I want to share with you some of my biggest tips in order to help you create realistic equestrian portraiture work, whether it's with graphite or with coloured pencil. I'm going to focus today on graphite because it is the medium that I am currently really obsessed with. I absolutely love working graphite because of the ability to manipulate the medium, to smudge it and to move it around, and to also build up contrast and form really easily. So I think it's a medium that a lot of us start off with when we start thinking about drawing, but a lot of us will struggle to create as much depth as we really like. So my biggest tip for improving your drawing would be to really forget what you're actually drawing, forget the subject. So when I start drawing a horse, I'm never actually thinking, right, okay, today I'm going to be drawing a horse. I look at the image and I think, what shapes can I see? And I'm always trying to create the form. So I'm always trying to create the shapes to build up the structure. I'm focusing on the darkest areas and I'm trying to put them in first. And then after that, I'm trying to build up my layers, but I'm always focusing on putting in my darkest darks and making sure that my lights are light. So try to forget the detail. The way I manipulate and the way I work with graphite is I like to use a charcoal powder. And you'll see me doing this a lot during this time lapse. I will use a charcoal powder as a base, and this just gives me a little bit of an outline and a little bit of a map as to where my darker elements need to go. And then I'm beginning to focus on adding as much depth as possible with my darkest darks. And I'm also using various different erasers to keep my highlights really light. So manipulating and really understanding your values, understanding that you really need your darks to be nice and dark. So it's essential that you are using the darkest pencil that you have to create your darks and not putting too much pressure down. I'm never going in and using a heavy pressure straight away. I'm building everything up in lots of layers and making sure everything's really smooth and blended. And this just gives you so much ability to erase and lift elements off in case you do go a little bit too dark or you want to create a brighter highlight. This is my biggest tip for improving your drawing, because so often we get fixated on all the details and we spend so much time on that, then our drawings tend to look a little bit flat because we forget how important it is to really make sure we're putting our values in. And this doesn't just go for graphite, this also goes for coloured pencil. You really need to be making sure your darks are dark and your lights are light, and this is just going to give so much depth and contrast to your drawings. It is the biggest piece of advice that I have for making sure your drawings look as realistic as possible. If you would like to learn how I drew this in real time, step by step with full voiceover, then the tutorial will be linked below, both on my website and on Patreon. But thank you so much for joining me here today. Let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see me talk about when it comes to graphite or coloured pencil work. I would love to be making more videos about this. I really hope this video helped you, and hopefully I'll see you very soon.